Welcome for today's session. Today we are going to learn about new unit called as a unit 5. Okay, the title for this is analyzing architecture. So till now we have been developed the architecture, the importance, documentation preparation, reconstruction of the documentation if you lost. So it is a time now after preparing all aspects, after thoroughly verifying all aspects, it is a time to us to analyze whether this architecture is useful to you or not. Okay, no, it is confirmed, there is no it is useful to us only, but we should get the conclusion that we are going in a proper direction or not. If there is any ambiguities, if there is any hurdles, if there is any problems, if there is any errors, we have to think in advance so that it will not reflect to any other users whenever the product has been delivered to the customer. Okay, so in that perspective, the author has suggested for us to get a new concept, that is analyzing architectures. Okay, so in this the analysis is going to be done. That analysis is going to be done in terms of 3 steps. Okay, so this unit contains 3 parts. Part 1, atom. Okay, architecture trade-off analysis method. I repeat, architecture trade-off analysis method. Next one is part 2. After architecture trade-off, trade-off is the verifying in all aspects. What we are verifying, the architecture we are going to verifying. To verify that, we are going to follow analysis method. If it is architecture is perfect in all aspects, we have to go to CBAM. What is the CBAM? Is cost benefit. Whether this architecture, which is a perfect, because it is analyzed by us, advanced. So whether it is going to prove as a cost benefit to us or not, we have to check. Even though architecture is good, but it is not going to benefit to the customer finally. Okay, maybe outcome is good, but the presentation to the customer is not satisfiable. So in that case, we have to think again by using CBAM, cost benefit analysis method. Okay, so after finishing these 2 steps, we have to go to the 3rd step finally, that is World Wide Web. So whether any person anywhere in the total world can able to access this your project, your architecture, your application or not, we have to check this. If it is acceptable, means because every project should be compatible to any software, to any configurations, to any type of computer, to any type of configuration, to any type of network. If that, for example, we are going to use a WhatsApp, the WhatsApp is going to using by the India, any lot of countries are using. There is no problem at all because it is built up with the compatibility issues, right? So finally, our architecture should be satisfiable in terms of World Wide Web also. That is the 3rd aspect. So these 3 we are going to learn in this unit 5, that is called as analyzing or evaluating architecture. The title is analyzing only, but I have been included a new word called as evaluating to understood by you. Okay, so 3 parts. Let us start with the first part. Before that, I would like to give some introduction. So in the first part contain three concepts. Participants in the atom. See, in this, who will verify this? Who will analyze this? The people. Who will take care of this? The first part. Second part, what is the outcome of this analysis step by these participants? Finally, how can you develop or construct the total analysis method? So it contains phases, some 0, 2, 3 phases, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 phases we have. So those phases we are going to be dealing here. Okay, ma? Now, so before starting our analyzing with the atom or CBAM, first we have to answer some questions. Those questions are, these are, why we have to analyze, when we have to analyze, what can be the cost for the analysis, what is the benefits we may get, what are the techniques we have to follow, whether it should be planned or unplanned, any preconditions we have to meet, finally what the results will get for this analysis purpose. Okay, so these are the questions we have to answer. First of all, then only we start analysis. because without any pre-thinking or pre-conditions or pre-verifying what you want to do in future, if you go on, what is the use of that? Right? It doesn't make any use, right? It doesn't make any sense. So for that, we have to start analysis. Why we have to do this? Why evaluate an architecture? The questions I want to answer is, before going to or before introducing this product into the market, first we have to check the blueprint, the working environment, okay, whether it is perfect in working environment or not. If it is the case, we will be benefited. If there is any flaws before analyzing, we will come over and we can rectify. Okay, so with the advent of this repetition of this analysis, repeatable structured methods, architecture evaluation, we may get the low cost risk. Okay. Okay, so that is a second advantage with this. Next one. So making sure the architecture is the right one simply makes good sense. So we have to check whether our architecture is good or not. So for all this purpose, we have to analyze in advance. That is the reasons. These are the questions. These are the questions we have to answer. Yes. Okay. Next, when we have to do this? When we have to do this analysis method depends upon your requirement. Depends upon your doubts you are getting. We have to start this analysis anyway. Architecture evaluation can be carried out at many points during a system's life cycle. There is no problem at all. Third one, what is the cost we are going to be what taking time? See, it will be time killing for the staff who are developing phases. Of course, even though it is a time killing, we may get the solution in advance for the analysis, because we may identify the risk, we may identify the flaws. Okay. Next, what are the benefits we have? What are the benefits? We have a lot of benefits. Okay, those are financially we can save. See, after releasing the product into the market, it is proved as wrong, we will lose some financial. Okay, we can prepare the review. Okay, and we can know what is good or bad. That is rational. We can identify any problems, what are the requirements we have, or any architecture we have to be improved. So these are the things which are the benefits with this architecture analyzing. Okay, ma? Right? Next one is techniques. What are the techniques we have to follow? I repeat, so these are the two techniques we have to follow, ATOM and CBAM. Right? So architecture trade-off analysis method and cost benefit analysis method. Next one. Planned or unplanned, of course that is up to you. If you want planned perfectly, you may get the output. If you not planned well, you may get bad output, right? Yes, evaluations can be planned or unplanned, right? So based upon the plan and unplanned, the budget may vary, the efforts may lose. Okay, see, an unplanned evaluation is unexpected and usually the result of a project is serious trouble, right? And taking extreme measures to try to salvage previous effort. It can be to both planned or unplanned. Preconditions. What are the preconditions we have to be to satisfy before starting this analysis? We have to verify clearly articulated goals. Articulated means framed goals. So what is your goal? What you want to verify? What you want to do analysis. First we have to think in mind. So what are your goals and requirements to make the analysis? Any scope. What is the scope? So up to what extent we have to verify that output? So by giving n number of inputs, right? Is there any cost effectiveness or any personnel we needed, or competent evaluation means we want to compare this analysis with any other team, any other company, any other product. In that way also we can start the analysis. And finally, what are the expectations? So these are the some of the preconditions we have to think. Right? If you want to buy a new dress, without any thought, without any planning, you went to market. How can you buy, ma? No, it can't be. It can't be satisfiable. So clearly we have to think about what is your goal, what is your requirement, what is the amount you want to spend, up to what time, what is the benefit you may get with that, which one we have to go, with whom we want to go. For example, if you went to with your friends, the selection may be good because they are the same age with the same thought. But if you went to your parents, little bit, they are little bit aged one, they may not get the good selection. But and finally, what is the evaluation team? Competition and expectations. So these are the properties. What are the results you may get? So we have to provide a report. We have to provide a clear report. The analysis is going to be doing this. We have to conclude that. Okay, so that should be circulated to all the participants in this evaluation phase. The participants means who will evaluate? The team leader, the decision makers, the stakeholders. So these are the person who will involve in this analysis because they have the stakeholders or the requirement persons or project team leader or architect. Okay. Next. So first one, the ATOM, a comprehensive method for architecture evaluation. What is ATOM? Architecture trade-off analysis method. What is this? A thorough and comprehensive way to evaluate a software architecture. Okay, so what is the main need of this? It satisfies a particular quality goals because the quality only will give the future. Without quality decisions, we may not get future. Okay, it provides insight into how quality goals interact. Okay, next. So difficulties in architecture evaluation. So before evaluation also we have to think of what are the difficulties we may face. For example, 3 to 4 members have to join, the team member, the architect, the decision maker, the stakeholder or any customer. But one is not free enough to sit at the same time. Some of the difficulties we may get. One is not satisfying with the analysis. One may have any other requirements. So these are the things we may include in advance before starting the analysis also. We have to get the solution for this. So evaluating an architecture for large system is a complicated undertaking, of course, because in the limited time only we have to verify all the architecture, right? Next, second, we have to think this, we have to analyze this architecture in terms of business purpose also, because this business purpose only we may get the benefit, right? Finally, a large system usually have multiple stakeholders. See, lot of people have to involve this analysis or involved also. Everyone have to satisfy this. Okay, so ATOM is designed to elicit the business goals for a system as well as for the architecture. Means with this ATOM architecture analysis, we may get the business goals along with the we may solve this stakeholder satisfaction along with the architecture also. Okay, so everybody have to pay attention. Every evaluator, that may be the team leader, that may be the decision maker, that may be the architect, that may be the stakeholder or the customer, whoever it is. Everybody have to pay attention in this analysis purpose. Now, who are the participants in this ATOM? Who are our first topic? Who are the participants in this ATOM? Okay, see this. In this we have 3 groups. We have 3 groups. One is evaluation team. Evaluation, they will evaluate our project in every perspective. Okay, this group is external to the project whose architecture is being evaluated. So they are not our team. For example, whenever you have a project reviews, internal project review we will come, our faculty only come. But for the external project review, the other side will come, because they have they set these some goals. The students have to satisfy the requirements, like they have to present well, they should have good communication skills, they should have command on the project. So these are all the things they have to be expecting from you. So with that only you have to satisfy, right? So that is one is the evaluation team here. Next one, it usually consists of 3 to 5 people. So this evaluation team consists of 3 to 5 people. So each member of the team is assigned a number of specific roles to play during the evaluation. So each one have their own goals. Project decision maker. The second person is the project decision maker. Yes. So who have thorough knowledge on the project, because he is one of the person in the project development phase. These people are empowered to speak for the development project. Yes. So they have to speak about the project and have the authority to mandate changes. Yes, they can give the right to do any changes in the project. So they include, these usually include the project manager, who will include in the decision maker the project manager, Next, the architect, the project manager, the architect. Next, the person commissioning the evaluation. So the person who will as a part of evaluation from our project or from our company. Okay, nothing but these people. Hope you understood this. Who are the main persons in the project decision makers? One is a project manager, next one is the architect, next one is the person commissioned for the evaluation from our team or development project team. So these three persons will become as a participants in our project. Next, architecture stakeholders. So the first persons are the evaluation team who are outsiders from our project. Next are the project decision maker. These are from our project. Who is project manager, architect, and person commissioned the evaluation team from our team. And stakeholders. Any person from this project, that is tester, all those can be called as the stakeholders, right? See, for example, stakeholders have the vested interest in the architecture performing an advertisement. Okay, so they are useful for promoting modifiability, security, high reliability. Yes, so these are the persons have to satisfy. Okay, so who will become the stakeholders here? Who will become the stakeholders here? Developers, testers, integrators, maintainers, performers, engineers, users, builders, everybody. Okay, these become the stakeholders. Next, what are the outcomes of this atom? What are the outcomes of this atom? We have to think of how after these persons, participants are included in this. What can be the outcome of these persons? Is, see this, a concise presentation of the architecture. So whatever architecture you have been developed, the presentation will come out. Next, articulation of the business goal. Articulation is the communication. The meaning is the communication. The communication of the business goals, quality requirements we want to make, mapping of architectural decision to quality requirements. Yes, whether mapping is happening or not also we have to check. Sensitivity and trade-off points. Any sensitive points we have to think. For example, we have to give the outcome in terms of any bar charts or pie charts. Sensitive information, we have to think in that way also. Any risk we have, any non-risk we don't need to consider. Any risk themes are introduced. So these are the outcomes or outputs of the atom. Right. Next, phases of the atom. How many phases we have in this atom? Means we have 4 phases, 0, 1, 2, 3. In 4 phases we have to give the perfect output of this atom. Right. First one, 0 phase, partnership and preparation. So who will, out of these participants, 3 participants we met. One is evaluation team, one is our project, our main team. Next one is a stakeholders team. Out of this, who will sit at which place? They have to decide the venue also. Okay, so based upon their decisions, they have to sit at one place, right? Wait a minute, just. Right, so partnership and preparation. The evaluation team leadership and the key project decision makers informally meet. There is no formality, informally meet to work out the details of the exercise. Next, okay. So together the 2 groups agree on logistics. What is the logic we have to develop? How to analyze this we have to think. And what is the work or non-disclosure agreement? What are the agreements we have to verify? Any artificial documentation we have to verify. And who will be the evaluation team member? Whoever that evaluation team leader in this evaluation team will explain what information the manager and the architecture will be expected to show during the phase 1. Okay, pre-preparation, these are all the pre-preparation. They will form a team, they will sit together, they have to think. So what things we have to consider to analysis, whether it is a documentation, whether it is architecture, whether it is a results, or whether it is any outcomes they want to prefer. They will all sit together, they will consider with the evaluation team member, okay, they will finalize. These are the things we have to talk in further phases. Okay, and phase 1, phase 2 are the evaluation phases. So at this phase they try to evaluate. They will try to evaluate the concept. Okay, in the phase 1 they try to gather some information. So what information they have from the project, okay, what information they have from the project and what have been showed by project manager, team member or any stakeholders. Okay, next at the phase 2, the architect stakeholders used to be interact with each other. So they will interact with each and every stakeholder person information, and they try to just wait, no? Okay, so at the phase 1 we will try to gather information. At the phase 2 they will interact with the stakeholders for 2 to 3 days. Okay, next and finally phase 3, it is a final step. They will conclude some information whatever gathered from them, means they will follow up. Okay, see this. So the essence of this phase however is team self-examination and improvement. If there is any need of any improvement here, okay, they will check and what went well, so what is happened well and what not, they will verify all these, they will cross check each and every point. Okay, and they will finally they give the report from this concept. So finally I want to show one table format, the importance of these participants and their work environment, and what is the duration they will take. See this first one, partnership and preparation. Who will the participants here? Evaluation team leadership, key project decision makers will participate in this. Okay. Next, they will proceed for few weeks. And evaluation team, that is a phase 1. In this evaluation team member will be there and project decision makers will be there, and they will sit for 1 or 2 days to verify all the things. Next, evaluation field evaluation. Along with the stakeholders, they will sit together for 2 days and they will verify whether each stakeholder is happy or not. Next, they will follow up. Finally, the last phase is the follow-up phase. They will finally try to prepare a report and try to give within a week. So with this final report, they will conclude that what are the problems we have, how we have to solve, is there any changes needed in our project, how to satisfy the customer, okay, how many days it will require to change if there is any. So all things are discussed in this month. Okay, so these are the 3 things in the first part, that is atom. In the next class we will learn about the CBA. Okay, right now.